Okay, so this is, what is this? Chapter 1, Section 6, and it's really about rounding. And so I'm going to write down some numbers, and we're going to talk about that here. So let's say I have the number 34.257. Hopefully by now you guys know what places these numbers are. So you know that the 3, I would hope, is in the tens place. The 4, of course, is in the ones place. This is in the tenths. The tenths place. That should be an E. Tenths place. This would be the hundredths place. Remember that THS ending. And the thousandths place. Now let's say I wanted you to round to the nearest tenths place. That's where the 2 is. Here's what you look at every time. You look at the number just to the right of the number that you're rounding. And if it is, I'm going to write this down, if it is 5 or larger, you round up 1. If it's 4 or less, you don't do anything with it. So, we're rounding the 2. Is the 5 a 5 or larger?
Yes.
So it becomes 34.3. I added 1 to the 2. Because if it's a 5 or larger, we're talking about the number just to the right of it, we round up 1. So the 2 becomes a 3. Let's look at another one. And I'll put up several. Okay? And then I'm going to pull some sticks and have you guys try it. All right, how about this one? What if the number was 95.149? And again, I say I want you to round to the nearest tenths place. That's going to be where the 1 is. What do I do? So I look at the number immediately to the right. What is that? It's the 4. Is the 4 a 5 or larger? No. Nope. So this becomes 95.1. I don't change the 1. Mr. Oldham, you understand this? Okay, so quit your talking because maybe Mr. Williams doesn't, and he should be paying attention. Okay? All right. Here's another one. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 2 more, and then I'm going to have you guys try some on your own. Make sure you understand this. I want you to round to the nearest hundredths. There's that THS ending. Hundredths place. Think about it. Okay? So, the hundredths place is where? What number is in the hundredths place? The 2. Okay? So, but we're not looking at the 2. What number do we look at?
8.
The 8. Is it a 5 or larger?
Yes.
It is a 5 or larger. So if we're going to round to the nearest hundredths place, the number becomes 376.5 what? 3, because we add 1. We add 1. No, we don't need to put a 0 after the 3, because we're rounded the nearest hundredths place. Doing one more, and then you guys are going to do several on your own. You want to make sure your neighbor understands how to do these, because this time I'm going to do it a little differently. If you get it wrong, you lose group points. You want to make sure everybody in your group knows how to do these. Here we go. Okay. I want you to round to the nearest tenths place. Round to the nearest, sharpen your pencil later, thank you. Nearest tenths place. So, you should know where the tenths place is by now. I'll just ask Miss Adams, what number is in the tenths place?
6.
The 6. So that's the number we're rounding. What number do we look at? The 8?
The 1.
The 1. We look at the number just to the right of the number that we're rounding. All right? Is that a 5? Is this a 5 or larger? No. So what does it become? 2.6. We don't change it. You only change it if it's a 5 or larger. This is what I wrote down here. You only change it if it's a 5 or larger. All right? Questions on this, anybody? No? Okay. I'm going to put up some numbers. I'm going to be pulling some sticks. And I'm going to end this recording. All right, everybody say on the count of 3, say goodbye. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye.